Comments from the folks up here. We will do we got a brief moderated Q&A afterwards. And so with that, I'll turn it over to the city manager.
Thank you, Jason. Good morning. Well, let me rephrase that. It's a great morning. Okay. So thank the council members and our community leaders that are here today. Public service is one of the most important, if not the most important, service that the city of Charlotte provides. And CMPD has a national reputation of being one of the finest law enforcement offices in the country. Being a chief in a large international city like Charlotte has its challenges. It requires a unique blend of vision, strategic thinking, resiliency, adaptability, operational experience, communication, and integrity. When Chief Jennings announced his retirement from this position, we attracted a lot of applicants from across the country. It reflects the reputation of the organization. Early in the process, we solicited your feedback. Council, community leaders, and CMPD members. What was clear, there's great pride in being a member of CMPD. What's also clear is that we need to address safety, the reality as well as the perceptions. And what was also clear is that we need to ensure that the department grows with this growing community. We had 35 highly qualified candidates. We narrowed that down to 12. And then finally 4. And over again, one name kept coming up, Estella Patterson. Now, it's great to look out into the crowd and see many of our former police chiefs here, and it speaks to the tradition that we have here in the city of Charlotte. Now, Chief Patterson doesn't know what I'm about to say, okay, but somebody just keep a look on her face, right? So we started off with a rocky road. It was all about she enjoyed one NFL team, and I enjoyed another. And each time the two teams would play, I would get a call from Miss Patterson. Even yesterday. But the point being, I think we all realize now, go Panthers, right? No, I would just say, and Chief Patterson and I have been talking a lot the past few days, and it's reminded me of my first time selecting a police chief. And when you start to just keep hearing great things about somebody from the community, you just know it's right. So let's talk a little bit about the accolades. So she started CMPD as a recruit in 1998, recruit class 123. She rose through the ranks for the next 25 years. Patrol officer, instructor, recruitment director, internal affairs commander, deputy chief of administrative services, and deputy chief of patrol services. In 2021, we loaned her to Raleigh for almost 4 years, okay? But she's just more than just that. She has tours in Kosovo and Iraq as a member of the U.S. Army Reserve and a graduate from the FBI National Academy. She's always impressed me with her capabilities, and I think maybe one of the biggest ones is just the ability to communicate and to see where somebody is and to be receptive of differences and to be able to come around a table and try to figure out solutions. So in each level of this process, she just kept winning and winning and winning. So with that, I'm very pleased to introduce to you our next police chief, Estella Patterson.
Thank you. I don't know whether it's appropriate for me to say Niner Nation. Maybe not. Good morning, everyone. It is with great excitement, immense gratitude, and deep humility that I stand before you today to accept the honor of serving as the next Chief of Police for the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. Indeed, Charlotte is a city that I love, a community that I know, and after 4 years of being away, I am ecstatic to be returning home, both to this city and to this PD. CMPD is an outstanding police department. It is hands down among the best the nation has to offer. So sorry, Raleigh. Every success that I have achieved in law enforcement has foundationally been rooted in CMPD and the experiences that I had with this department. Today and always, I give honor unto the Lord Jesus Christ, who is the head of my life, and I thank him for ordering my steps back to the Queen City. To City Manager Marcus Jones, thank you, sir, for the trust and confidence you have in me to take the reins and lead CMPD into its next chapter. To Madam Mayor Val Lyles, the City Council, and the City of Charlotte staff, I look forward to working alongside each of you in supporting every effort to make Charlotte the safest large city in the nation. To Chief Jennings, my colleague and friend, thank you for your leadership and your hard work over these past 5 years and the past 15 years as a mentor and a confidant to me. I say to you, congratulations on a job well done. Serving as Chief of Police is a calling that I do not take lightly. I recognize the badge of my office as a symbol of public trust and faith, as stated in our law enforcement code of ethics. In my 28 and a half years of public service, I have devoted myself to building trust with the communities I've served and with the employees that I have led. Coming into this role, I will continue to do the same thing. I will lead from the front with excellence, integrity, and transparency, upholding the great nobility of this profession. As I prepare for the next chapter for CMPD, my top priorities lie in reducing violent crime and disorder and addressing the perception of crime that is often magnified with every violent incident that touches our communities. As a department, we will continue to identify prolific offenders who victimize, and we will work closely with law enforcement and other public safety partners to hold offenders accountable. To the criminal element, hear me loudly, your actions will not go unchecked. As guardians and protectors, we will be relentless in our pursuit to identify, arrest, and work with our state and federal partners to prosecute offenders. Also among my top priorities is increasing our community collaboration and engagement efforts. We will work side by side with our residents, our business and community leaders, our faith-based groups, and other stakeholders to identify and address the issues that are most important to them. We will not impose our will, but we will listen attentively and we will act accordingly. I believe as we work together, our collective efforts and our shared values will send a clear message that this community stands with its police department. And together, we will continue to make Charlotte a vibrant and dynamic city for all. As we work with the community, we will perform our duties with the utmost professionalism, respect, and sense of duty. While reducing violent crime and increasing community collaboration are among my top priorities, My number one priority will be to look inwardly within the department to increase the morale and the wellness, because when our employees are whole, they can better serve the whole community. As our city continues to grow, inevitably, the demand for police resources will increase. We will meet those demands by eradicating our vacancies, getting to zero while maintaining the highest standards in those who desire to wear the badge. We will seek the best and the brightest to fill our ranks. And when we get to zero vacancies, Mr. Manager, I'm going to come to you and to council, and I'm going to ask for more officers so that we can better serve this community. As this department enters our new chapter, we will honor the past sacrifices of those who gave all for the profession they loved. We will meet the challenges of today with fresh perspectives and new outlooks, and with a renewed energy and great focus. And we will build a safer tomorrow with intentionality through strong partnerships. The work will not be easy, but I am confident the outcomes will be significant. To the many people who have supported me on this journey in coming full circle back to the Queen City, some of you are here today, I say thank you. I am deeply, deeply, deeply grateful to your continued support. I am thankful for the many messages, phone calls, text messages, positive posts, words of encouragement, and prayers. They are not lost on me, but they inspire me, they motivate me, and they reaffirm my commitment to serve. To every member of the Charlotte community, I say thank you for this opportunity to lead Charlotte and CMPD into our next best years. Thank you, and God bless you.
Wow. I think it's actually a privilege to stand before you today and to listen to the vision that we are going to have for our police department. Thank you so much, Stella. You know, she's not a stranger to leadership or service or to the values that define our city. She's been consistently demonstrative that effective policing is more than enforcing laws. It is about building trust and working hard with everyone. As we know, the role of a police chief is one of the most important in this community. It's a position that not only requires strength and decisiveness, but compassion, transparency, and a willingness to listen. Our police chief sets the tone for how we serve, how we protect, how we engage with one another. In Charlotte, we're proud of our diversity, our resilience, and our shared vision for a safer, stronger community for all. Chief Patterson understands that officers, local leaders, businesses, and most importantly, the residents that we serve. Her leadership reflects our city's belief that true safety means every resident feels heard and seen and respected. Under her guidance, I am confident that our department, CMPD, will continue to strengthen community ties, embrace innovation, and ensure accountability in everything that we do. She's also committed to ensuring that every resident, no matter where they live or what they look like, can feel safe walking down their street, opening their business, sending their kids to school. Safety and trust go hand in hand. And under Chief Patterson's leadership, we will continue to strengthen both. Today is not just talking about welcoming a new leader. It's actually about renewing our collective commitment to the kind of city we want to be. It really will make that difference. We're proud to have you begin with your leadership. But finally, I want to say one more thing. Chief Jennings has led this department with steady hands and a full heart. Through times of challenge and change, he has shown unwavering dedication to our officers, our city, and our residents. His passion for service, his commitment to innovation, and for his care in this community, you have made a lasting mark in your career in this city. Chief Jennings, on behalf of all of us, I thank you for your years of leadership and your lifelong dedication to public safety. Please give us a hand. I'm sure that we could applaud for a lot longer, but we have to get on time here. So I want to say that this time I'd like to now introduce Chief Jennings to this audience and welcome him for his next steps. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Mayor. Wow. I think we're in good hands, don't you think? What do you think? I think we're going to be just fine. So when we were doing the search, I know the city manager asked me, he's like, give me one negative thing about Stella. And I had to think about it for a little while. I said, you do know she's a 49ers fan, don't you? So growing up as a Cowboys fan, along with that's how I got selected to be the next police chief, because we had that Cowboy fan in there. But I'm a Panther fan, true and true right now, right? So, but let me just start, and I'll just say it has been an honor and a sincere pleasure to serve as the chief of police for the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. Today, however, is about the future, and I'd like to offer my heartfelt congratulations and proudly welcome Estella Patterson as the next chief of police. I'm so proud of the work of our men and women who serve and protect our community each day. I often say that this is the best police department in the country, and all bias aside, I truly believe that. Honestly, it has been great, or Chief Patterson wouldn't be coming back. It has been a privilege of my career to lead the dedicated men and women of this agency. I've known Chief Patterson her entire career, and I've watched as she's risen through the ranks, spending the majority of her career, over 25 years, right here at CMPD. She's already made an incredible impact on our community and our department. Chief Patterson returns to us as a truly unique and exceptional leader. She is an internal candidate with deep agency familiarity, but her experience as a police chief in Raleigh also gives her invaluable external experience. This unique blend of experience ensures a seamless transition of leadership as she brings an immediate, high-level understanding of our department and an already established strong relationship within our community. I have no doubt that she is going to be an excellent leader for our Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. I look forward to supporting her in her transition and seeing all that she will accomplish for the department and for the city of Charlotte. Chief Patterson, congratulations.
All right, we're going to do a brief Q&A. If you could identify yourself and then identify who the question is going to be for. So we'll open it up to questions.
Chief, congratulations. Michael Warwick with WBTV. You mentioned providing a fresh perspective. Is there a particular issue exclusive to Charlotte that you think deserves or needs a fresh perspective?
I think that Charlotte is different from any other community. We have our unique challenges and different things here, so I'm willing to come in, assess, look. Nothing specific that I feel that we need to change necessarily, but we want to look across the spectrum to see what we're dealing with here.
Brett Jensen, WBT Radio. Chief, in terms of, you talked about recruitment, getting to 0 vacancies, recruitment and retention, that's been a major issue here. How are you going to go about doing it? Because that's one of the things that you were actually cited for doing up in Raleigh.
Yes. When I arrived in Raleigh in 2021, we were down 150 vacancies of officer vacancies. And I met with my recruitment team, and I said, this is an outstanding police department. Let's get these vacancies filled. Part of my plan is to have a robust recruitment effort where we're going everywhere where we can recruit and bring people into the organization. And it starts really, I see the men and women from CMPD in here, it starts with us being recruiters. Every one of us need to bring somebody into the organization. And so we start there, and then we also have our recruitment team going out, recruiting, bringing people into the organization. And once people see the greatness that we have in the organization, they're going to want to be a part of greatness. So that really helps our recruiting efforts. So we're going to work really hard. We're going to make sure that we are filling our recruit classes. When I was in Raleigh, I told my team, we cannot start with classes with only 20 people. We never move the dial that way. We're going to go out, we're going to work really hard, we're going to recruit, and we're going to have large classes so that we can fill these vacancies.
Chief Patterson, welcome back to the Queen City. Jordan Peters, Spectrum News. Charlotte continues to grapple with issues like youth violence, gun accessibility, homicides. You know, we saw violence just over the weekend. What strategies from your time in Raleigh do you plan to bring here and really put forward into making our city safer?
Yes. There are several things that have worked great. Crime is crime. Across the nation, different approaches that we take, we really come back to the same basic things. Working with the community, we need the community on our side to help us to be able to identify what the crime issues are and to help them give us information so that we can fight crime. Also, too, the use of technology. Nowadays, we have to rely on technology. I know that CMPD has some really robust technology in the works. I know we have drone first responder is something that can help us greatly. So we're going to really look at those technology platforms that we have and utilize them. Working very closely with the community, working with our partners. I believe in being community-centric, where we're bringing everybody into the fold to help with the crime problem. It is not just a police problem, but it's a everybody, every citizen problem, as well as our partners, and we're going to work together with them.
Jeff Chamber with the Charlotte Observer. Thank you. I wanted to ask you about your time previously with CMPD when you were the head of internal affairs. Do you stand by your decision to clear the officer who shot Keith Lamont Scott, and how do you feel about that decision now?
Yes, I was 7, 8 years, maybe even 10 years ago. My position is very clear when it comes to excessive force, when it comes to treating the community with disrespect. We will never, ever have that. I would never uphold that. As the major in internal affairs and then going to be the chief in Raleigh, my position has always been that we will make sure that we treat every member of our community with the utmost respect and with dignity. That is a position that I will take and continue to take moving forward.
Hunter Signs with Channel 9. What was it specifically about this role that made you come out of retirement?
That's a great question. Wow, it's not that I want to go back and forth with the manager about our teams. Definitely not that. It's my love for this work. I have a servant's heart. I believe in serving our community. That has always led me to want to be a part of policing, to be in this space, and that will continue to drive me. It is just a desire to help those who cannot help themselves and to be there for them. Additionally, too, I just feel that I love this police department. I know it. I came up here. It's just a full circle moment to be able to come back to it.
Chief Patterson, Naomi Coles, WBTV. When officers are criminally investigated or arrested, is there anything you would change about policies and procedures right now for holding them accountable, whether internally or externally?
So I have to come into the organization and look at policies and procedures. I don't know exactly what they are today, but knowing Chief Jennings, I'm sure that policy is that we will hold those accountable for their actions. It doesn't matter whether they're internal to the organization or external to the organization. If they do anything that defies public trust, if there's any actions that bring the department into disrepute, that will be investigated and then it will be adjudicated accordingly.
WCNC, welcome. When it comes to youth crime, I don't know if there's anything or programs or anything that you saw that worked in Raleigh. Is there any way or anything that you're bringing in to kind of tackle that here? I know that's a big issue.
My approach to youth crime is to work very closely with the state, with the Department of Justice and Juvenile Justice, Delinquency and Justice, to see what efforts they have to help us with juvenile crime. Juvenile crime is difficult because our juveniles are not quite adults, but they're doing adult crimes. So we have to be sensitive to the fact that they are still young people, but we have to hold them accountable for the crime as well. My approach is going to be that we work, again, very closely with our community partners, those intervention services, diversion services that we can do so that our youth do not go down a path of continual crime kind of thing.
As a follow-up to the vacancies, I don't know if you would know, if someone from the department know, how many are there currently in the department?
We can get that number.
Thank you.
How has your perspective as a woman in law enforcement shaped your leadership? Because it's obviously a big deal to be, I mean, the chief in Raleigh and then come here and continue, and it's hard not to mention the fact that you are a female, and sometimes people look at that as less than. So how do you take that perspective and change that narrative?
I think my perspective as a woman in uniform brings a compassionate side to the business, but also to the fact that it doesn't matter what your gender, what your race, what your nationality is. We have a mission to serve the community, and that's what we do. I don't see that my role is different because I'm a woman. In policing, we have the same standard across the board, and we accept that. But I hope to be a leader that will be compassionate, that will show the community that I care, that I'm visible, that I'm present, and that I'm here for them.
Yeah, and you used the word perception earlier when dealing with crime and safety with the city of Charlotte. But uptown through the first week of October, murder was up 200%. 14% of the murders in Charlotte were in uptown through the first week of October. So when you say perception, the public and we seem to think reality. So what did you mean by perception?
I believe the crime numbers, and Chief Jennings can verify this with me, I think overall our violent crime is down across the city. However, we do have pockets where we're seeing increased crime and that perception of safety in our community. You know, I have family that live here. I have my church family that's here. When those individuals go out in the street, I want them to feel safe. I want them to feel that they can walk their dogs, they can go to the mall, they can do the things that make this city great. But there is that perception that maybe it's not so safe to do that. So we want to make sure that we work to reduce that, to make people feel very safe, that they know that this community is committed to making sure that they can do those things that is part of what makes Charlotte so great.
All right, thanks, everybody. Appreciate you guys.
Yes.
If I could have all the former chiefs come down, we're going to do a quick photo.
That is so funny.